Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Shaman King 2021, episode 13. So we just kind of finished a mini arc, you could say, just dealing with Ren's family, and it kind of ended, like, looking back on this, I especially noticed this, it kind of ended very easily and very quickly, like way too quickly. And things are getting, I don't know, like, how it's going to be from here on out, but with that, things are starting to get a little more noticeably, I wouldn't say bad, but questionable with some of these decisions. Because I've been enjoying Shaman King 2021, very much so. But this decision is unquestionably weird. Like, I don't know how it is in the manga. Maybe it's that quick in the manga, but it just seemed really quick and really easy. The fight was over in a flash. It was kind of just resolved in a flash. And in the end, it's like Ren's father is just like okay now. He's just kind of cool now, I guess. Okay. It just feels so sudden, like the pacing is off. And people have been complaining about the pacing apparently since the beginning, but I have not seen any real pacing issues until more recently. Basically, that arc. Prior to that, the pacing was fine, in my opinion. I had no issue with it. It was just with that arc, it was not that great. I mean, keep in mind that the original series had a shit ton of filler, so it was paced pretty horribly too. But I'm hoping that this isn't a sign for things to come, because this arc had so much good potential to it, but it felt so wasted and just I didn't end up liking it as much as I should have in the end. Considering how important it is to Ren's character, I feel like I should have enjoyed it more. But with the pacing, especially with the final fight, I couldn't. So yeah. But we move on. All of that's finished. The Shaman fight is coming up, the actual main tournament. And so now I assume we're going to get more of the characters in the opening. I don't remember how things went at this point after in the original series. And I don't know if I ever got this far into the manga, back when I actually read manga. Because I know I read some of it. I remember the Tokugero part, and it's just like with the original anime, honestly. I remember a lot of the stuff from the preliminaries. Tokugero's appearance. I remember Manta being dissected by Faust, and it's like, but I don't remember much of what happens after that. I remember certain characters that come in, like Lyserg, but I don't remember any details. And it's like we've already come across stuff that was in the original, but that I still don't remember at all. This last arc, I don't remember it. Well, I didn't remember it from the original. I didn't remember that guitar duo at all. The monks, the exorcists. I didn't remember them. So we're already coming across stuff that I just completely don't know. Just because I don't remember, because it's been so long. And it's wild to think about because, again, this is a series I've seen multiple times. Like, I'd say at least 4 times total, all the way through. Because there was a portion of time where I watched it all the way through once a year, and I don't fully remember why I chose to do that, but I did. This was before I had really gotten into anime, mind you, like before I like watched a lot of stuff. I was still fairly new at that time to anime. But still, it's just it's wild how little of the series actually stuck in my mind. But I am interested to see where this goes next, which characters we're going to meet next, and just how this ends up going. And I hope it starts to take a better turn from here on out after this past arc, and I guess you could say kind of gets back to the quality that it was before this past arc. um, and the pacing especially. But we're gonna get into this. Hope for the best, because I really don't want to end up dropping this series anywhere down the line, because that would suck. There's been enough reboots and stuff. I have reboots and remakes and continuations and stuff that I've dropped. So I don't want this to be another. And granted, the Digimon Adventure one is still going to be coming back on the channel once we finish with this or whatever, but still. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black, then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. Excuse me. That being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, apparently in the original anime, Lily doesn't show up until like 38 episodes in or so. And it's like, geez, they really packed that out with a lot of filler, didn't they? There's apparently a lot of things switched around. And in the original anime, for some reason, one of the changes they made was they didn't even end up killing her. But anyway, so this episode had a lot to digest. And it definitely changed a lot based on the information we're given. But I think it's also pretty clear here that not all the information is necessarily accurate. With what Hao said at the end, I'm the only demon. I feel it's implied that the information that the Seminole tribe, I think it was, that Liliara's tribe had known about the Patch tribe. I don't think it was entirely accurate. And it was based on the information that they knew based on the demon Patch from 500 years ago, who was really just another incarnation of who is now Hao, the whoever Hao actually is. And Hao, we find out, also chose to be a Patch. This was like intentional, something that was actively chosen. So there's a lot of questions here. One, how does Hao resurrect each time? And how does he get to choose who he resurrects into? Two, just what is basically going to happen with this? Like, if this is all the case and Hal has been like resurrecting all this time and everything, it's like, what's going to happen with all of that? How is this going to affect the shaman fight? Um, and especially with his spirit of fire being able to absolutely and completely obliterate someone down to their very soul that easily too. Um, so I don't think the story about the Patch Tribe doing this because of a dislike for humans and attempt to create a shaman world. I don't think that's a Patch dream. I think that's Hal's dream. And it's going based on, again, the demon Patch, who we know is Hal from 500 years ago. It's based purely on that one person. So the question is why, and we know Hal hates humanity. He said so here as well. Why does Hal hate humanity? And why does Hal, like, what is Hal's goal here? Why does he want to be Shaman King? There's a lot of questions I feel that we really want to get answered. And I don't know how long it's going to take to do that, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see. This definitely raised the stakes as well, because we've seen some pretty dark stuff in the series, like Ren killed one of the Patch tribe who was watching the contestants and everything during the preliminaries. We had Faust um, dissect Manta, and now we see this girl, this member of the Seminole tribe, who's just trying to save people and protect the world from this demon currently known as Hal. And she gets completely obliterated, violently murdered by Hal. And it's horrific, absolutely horrific. Like, it genuinely shocked me when that happened. Like, she was already dead the instant she was impaled with those claws of the Spirit of Fire. But then the fact that it burned her down to literally nothing, including her very soul as well. And how got the Spirit of Fire from the Patch tribe when he was a member of the Patch. In fact, it seems to be the reason he became a Patch in the first place. So I'm wondering, I'm trying to figure out how this all fits in. Um, and I don't even know how it goes in comparison to the original anime, because the original anime, I think, had an anime original ending, because I believe the manga wasn't finished when it was coming out. I'm wondering where this is all going to go, because things are really getting heavy here. I looked up a couple things just to see like comparisons for the original anime and stuff. I didn't look up like a bunch of notable stuff for the future or anything. But yeah, it's like It definitely seems like things are getting much more intense. um, I don't know what else to say. I'm wondering, like, so many things right now, and I don't know how to put any of it into words. And I'm just trying to think of where this is going to go. And I know I'm repeating myself on some things here, but I'm just I don't I can't think of anything else to say, so I'm gonna end it here. We'll see how this goes, and hopefully, hopefully this continues to be this good. Because I will say this, especially compared to how that last arc was, this is looking promising. Very promising. This has potential to be really good. And I feel like this was definitely the biggest episode so far, the most important by far. So that's pretty much all I've got to say then. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Tell me your thoughts down below. And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.